You guys doing? Eric here. Today's March 3rd, 2015, and I've been on probation for about a month now, and I just thought I would talk about it a little bit because I just want to get it off my chest. I haven't made a video in a while because of all this shit that's been going on, you know. Back in November 8th or so, 2014, I got involved in an incident where I had a few drinks. I mean, I was a little intoxicated, I'll admit it. But a person purposely pissed me off, basically. Locked themselves in a bedroom and proceeded to record me yelling at them through a door, and recorded me venting my frustration, called the cops on me, and I ended up getting arrested for harassment. You know, no one got hurt, there was no threats, there was nothing. It was just me venting on my frustration because the person was breaking the rules of my house, and I was kind enough to let him stay there, and I'm the one that gets arrested and charged with harassment. So anyways, long story short, I go to court for 3 months. 3-month court case. I went to court 3 times. Saw 4 different district attorneys. Spent a fortune on a lawyer, you know, because I thought I was going to fight this case. You know, I thought, you know, I didn't do anything wrong. I can beat this case, but man, I just gave up on it. I'm trying to fight it because they just weren't going to give up, man. And my lawyer, right, basically told me in the last days, like, man, you know, they got this recording, you know, even though there's nothing really bad that I did, you know, I yelled at the guy. There was just basically no way I'm going to beat the charge, so I decided to plead guilty and get sentenced, you know. And they dropped the you know, of course they charged me with not resisting arrest, but obstructing a peace officer, which, you know, it's a bullshit charge. You know, the cops come in your house and they fucking order you around, tell you what to do, fucking force you to sit down and do this and do that, and then all I did was stand up when they told me to sit down, and then I get a charge with obstruction. Oh, of course they drop that. You know, they always charge you with at least 2 or 3 different things, and then or more. And then they go into the court. It's a bunch of bullshit, and with the judge and the lawyer and the DA, and they play their fucking game, and they end up dropping one charge, you know. And you know, I told them, well, I you know, because when the first day I went to court after spending the night in jail, you know, they make it seem like, oh my God, you're in so much trouble. You did something so horrible. You could be. You're probably going to be facing 6 months to a year in jail, you know, just to put the fear of shit into you, you know, just to scare the shit out of you, like, oh my God, you know. And, you know, in the fucking jail, you know, it's horrible in there, man. No one wants to be in there, man. They treat you worse than a fucking animal, you know. It's the jail up here, you know. There was a time when going to jail wasn't that big of a deal, but now, man, in today's world, you know, they really treat you like a fucking turd, man. Worse than an animal, worse than a fucking, you know, just really bad. And there's no way, man. You go into jail for any amount of time, you know, you risk losing everything you got, you know. So going to jail just really wasn't an option for me. So of course they know this, you know. So I ended up pleading guilty because, you know, my lawyer talked to the DA, blah blah blah. And I ended up getting a year of probation. So, got to jump through all these fucking hoops. You know, pay this, pay that. So, you know, what all involves with a year's probation. You know, it's quite an interesting learning experience, you might say. That's what I'm looking at it as, a real expensive learning experience I'm going through here. But yeah, it's. First of all, I get sent out to a private, it's a private probation office. You know, it's not run by the state. It's a private thing, for profit. Just like all the prisons now are for profit. It's all a racket, man. That's what's really going on here. That's why I got charged. That's why I'm in trouble. The whole thing is, it's a money-making racket going on, man. So I end up going to this private probation. You know, first thing, you got to go into an orientation where you got to agree to all this stuff, all these terms of probation, with the threat of sending you back to court, and obviously jail time is the ultimate threat they hold over your head, right? Do as we say, or you go to jail, and they make you sign all your rights away. You know, this is what I'm learning. So I gotta agree to like a whole list of fucking shit, like 30 or 40 different conditions you gotta agree to. You can't be unemployed. You can't have any firearms in your home, or you'll be guilty of a felony if you gotta agree to that they can come into your home and search at any time they want, and you can't do nothing about it. You got to sign that, and you got to agree to not do any drugs or alcohol. You got to agree to be tested, random UAs you got to go through. So I'm having to stay sober. I'm having to stay off marijuana, which really pisses me off because, you know, I use marijuana for a lot of different things, recreationally as well as medicinally. So I can't do that for a year. And I've already been sober since November, so it's going to be, by the time I'm done, like 14 or 15 months of forced sobriety. So yeah, now I gotta go see a probation officer once a month. I gotta go to, and now I find out I gotta go to 20 weeks anger management starting in a couple days. Let's see, what else do I gotta agree to? They didn't tell me that at first. That wasn't part of my court's case. They didn't say nothing about. I guess the only good thing about it is I don't have to do no community service. Good thing. You know, they didn't give me no community service or any other kind of alcohol classes or nothing. But Jesus Christ, it's a nightmare, man. Just because I fucking got stood up for myself, you know, and tried to tell this guy not to do what he was doing. And he basically trapped me and fucking set me up, in my opinion. He knew exactly what he was doing, man. Fucking asshole. Let's see, what else was going on with this probation thing? Well, you know, that's about it. So I'm 1 month into it now. And it's just tough, man. Well, it gets easier every day that goes by, you know. You got to just basically take it day by day, man. It's tempting, man. I live in Colorado, man. It's tough to stay sober. There's freaking weed everywhere, you know. Everywhere I go, I smell weed. I can't do it, you know. But you know, it gets easier day by day. You know, I try to look at the positive aspects of it, you know. Saving money on those things. It's a little bit, you know, I'm spending a little bit less on the probation than I would be spending on drinking and smoking weed and stuff. But yeah, that's one positive aspect. What's another? I guess I'm not at risk of getting a DUI or anything. I guess that's kind of a positive aspect of it. You know, like I said, it's a learning experience. You know, learn what not to do again. When someone pisses you off, just fucking walk away, man. Don't. But you know, to learn. What else have I learned? It's the whole system. They just don't give a shit, man, about the truth, about what happened, or my side of the story. They don't care. You know, obviously. They just like this one friend of mine said, dude. They just look at you like an open wallet. You know, that's all they see me as. They don't care if I'm innocent, you know. I could have fought it, you know, and pay my lawyer twice as much as I paid him. Be dragged out for another 6 months where I had to stay sober the whole time I'm on trial with UAs, you know. And my lawyer told me they're probably going to find me guilty anyways, and then from that point on I'd have to go through a year's probation. So then it would be like a year and 8 months that I would have had to stay sober. And so I just decided, man, let's just get it going, man. Let's just get this probation started. And let the clock start ticking, you know, instead of dragging it out to where I have to stay sober for a lot longer, you know. I guess staying sober ain't it's not the end of the world, but, you know, when it's being forced on you, it's just, when you're not doing it, you know, voluntarily, it's not too good, man. It's not a positive thing, in my opinion. So yeah, you know, the positive aspects. It's interesting though, when you go from smoking weed and drinking alcohol regularly to just, you know, stopping like that all of a sudden is, man, have some strange dreams. I'll tell you that. I've been having a lot of really weird dreams lately. Another interesting thing is I don't do any fluoride. I got well water, and I don't use fluoride toothpaste, so I think my pineal gland is starting to really clear up, and I'm starting to really come into get out of body and stuff, but you know, it's like, that's something totally different. That's just one aspect of sobriety, you know. So yeah, you know, positive things, I don't know. Can't get a DUI, can't really get in any more trouble for a while. I don't know. It's hard. It seems like a real hard thing to go through right now. When I got 11 months of it left, you know, it's like a year of my life just kind of put on hold, in my opinion, you know. Oh yeah, what are the other? I guess I already mentioned I can't be unemployed. I can't. What else? I can't have no contact with the officer of the law, or I gotta report it to my probation officer. Man, there's just all kinds of crazy shit they make you agree to. They want to know your whole life story. You gotta fill out so many things about yourself, you know, like, do they really need to know my whole fucking life history, my fucking, you know why they want it? They want to put it in a database on you. That's what they want it for. They don't really give a shit, but they just want to have all this data on you for your file. That's all. You know, and they want to know your family, your mom, your dad, what they did, who they are, your family, your brothers and sisters. They even want my brothers and sisters' freaking phone numbers, where they live, what they do for a living. I'm like, really? It's insane, man. I mean, I just don't understand why they need all this freaking information on you. It really doesn't matter. So, like I said, Thursday, a couple days from now, I'm starting 20 weeks of, well, they say 12 to 20 weeks of anger management classes. We'll see how that goes. That might make some interesting videos to talk about what they want to know in anger management classes, you know, because it really has nothing to do with making you better. I don't think it just has to do with getting you to conform with society and all their rules and shit, not question it, you know, or otherwise they'll fail you or something, send you back to court or tell your probation officer, you know. So basically I got to just go in there and fake it, you know, pretend like they're getting through to me, and hopefully I'll just get the 12 weeks. That's what I'm going to try, but I have a strong feeling I'm going to get 20, you know. Well, you know, you did real good, but we think there's still some more stuff you need to work on, so we're going to just go ahead and give you the full 20 weeks. You know, it's fucking bullshit, man. Why not just tell me right off the get-go, it's 20 weeks, asshole. But we'll see. Hopefully I'm wrong and I'll only get 12. So maybe this weekend after that goes on, I'll make another video about that. And I'll just make a weekly video and talk about what's going on in anger management. So anyways, that's my first video here on life on probation, and hopefully, you know, making these videos will help me get through this. You know, like 49 or 48 weeks to go, man, so it's a lot of videos I can make. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
This probation is a pretty expensive education. I guess college is more expensive. I guess I don't have to go into debt and not be able to find a job afterwards. Come, buddy. Yeah. There you go, boys. Next up.